Hi, sixth graders. Today we're going to finish up chapter 10 with our topic of composite figures. Okay, so composite figures, all they are shapes made up of other shapes. So you're going to use formulas you already know to find the area of some composite figures. Okay, so let's start by looking at a composite figure. So here we have a trapezoid. Okay, it is a trapezoid, but we can't use the trapezoid formula to find the area of it because it does not have the information we need to find the area using the trapezoid formula. So it has been split into a square and a triangle. Okay, a square and a triangle. So we're told this right here, we're told that this is 11. Okay, and then I'm also going to tell you the area of the square. Okay, the area of the square is 64 centimeters squared. Okay, that's the area of the square. So that is going to help us find the area of the triangle, okay? So if the area of the square is 64 centimeters squared, and we know that it's a square, which means that it's a parallelogram, which means that its formula is area equals base times height, we also know that squares have all of their sides the same length. So we know that all of these sides are the same length, okay? And we know that base times height equals 64, okay? So that means that number times that number equals 64, and we know that it's the same number because it is a square. So then we say to ourselves, what number times itself equals 64? 8, okay? So 8 would be all of the sides of this square, okay? Which means that the height of the triangle is also 8. So its base is 11, its height is 8, and we know that the area formula for the triangle is area equals half base times height. So find the area of the triangle. Okay, area equals half base times height. Okay, hopefully you got 44. We already know that the area of the square is 64. And we need to put the two together to find the area of this composite figure. So I'll give you a minute. Okay, and hopefully you got 108 centimeters squared for the area of this composite figure. Okay, let's look at a different composite figure. Actually, it looks very similar, but I'm going to give you some different information than I did this last time. Okay, so this is also a trapezoid, but we don't have the information needed to use the trapezoid formula to find the area. Okay, so this time we're given this. Okay, and we're missing here, same as last time, but I'm going to give you some different information this time. This time I'm going to give you the area of the triangle. Okay, the area of the triangle. So first of all, go ahead and write down the area formula for the triangle. Area equals half base times height. Area equals half base times height. And I'm going to tell you that the area is 60. Okay, so instead of A, you're going to put 60 equals half the base, which is 12, times the height, which is H. Okay, so 60 equals half 12H. Okay, remember just like when we just were doing triangles, you can do the left side. You can do half of 12, which we know is 6. Okay, and we know that 60 is on the right, so you're going to have 6H on this side, and you're going to have 60 on this side. Okay, if we're multiplying on this side, we're going to bring it over and we're going to divide. And so what would we get for our missing height of our triangle? Our missing height. Okay, hopefully you got 10. So 10's our missing height. And again, this is a square, okay, which is a parallelogram, which means area equals base times height. So 10 times 10 is going to give us the area of this square, which we know is 100 inches squared. And then we already know that this is 60. Put the two together for the total of 160 inches squared. 160 inches squared. Okay, let's look at a different kind of composite figure. Okay, here we're going to have a parallelogram, but we don't have the information needed to use the parallelogram formula, so it has been split into a square and two triangles. Okay, a square and two triangles. We're given this. We're given 4 meters there, and we're given 4 meters there. Then I'm going to tell you the area of the square in the middle. Okay, the area of the square in the middle is 36. Okay, 36 meters squared. 36 meters squared. So again, it is a square, so we know all of its sides are the same length, and we know that base times height has to be 36, and it has to be the same number. So then you say to yourself, well then what times itself equals 36? Hopefully we know that that is 6, okay? So again, we already know this is 36, but now we've just been told that this is 6 because it's one side of the square, and this is also 6 because it's one side of the square. So we have a triangle, area equals half base times height. Another triangle that's exactly the same, area equals half base times height, and then we have our square in the middle. So see if you can find the area of these two triangles, again 6 and 4, and its area equals half base times height. Okay, hopefully you got 12, and obviously if this is 12, so is this, because they're the same. So 12 and 12, and we already know that the middle is 36. So add all of that together, and that will be the area of our composite figure. Okay, so I'll give you a minute. And hopefully you've got 60 meters squared. 60 meters squared. Okay, let's look at some composite figures on the coordinate plane. Okay, so hopefully you have coordinate plane made up. I'm going to make mine real quickly. And we're going to look at some composite figures on the coordinate plane. Okay. So make yourself a coordinate plane. Oh, let's try that again. All right, so make yourself a coordinate plane. Okay. And we're gonna put some composite figures on here and find the area. So we're just gonna be combining several things that you already know how to do. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to give you some points. We're going to connect them. We're going to have a shape that's made up of several other shapes. Okay, so we're going to have a shape that's made up of other shapes. Okay, let's start with this one. So we want to point at 0, 0. Okay, 0, 0. Okay, our next point is at 3, 0. 3, 0. And with composite figures, I would go ahead and connect each time because you don't know what shape it's going to be. So that way when you get finished, you don't have a whole bunch of random dots and you're trying to figure out how to connect them. So I would connect them as you go. So 0, 0, and then 3, 0, and then 5, negative 2. Okay, 5, negative 2. Okay, and then our next point is 3, negative 4, 3, negative 4. Okay, our next point is 0, negative 4, 0, negative 4. And our last point is negative 2, negative 2. Okay, so you can see that we actually have a hexagon, but we are going to split this up into some shapes in order to find the area. Now, you could actually do this more than one way, okay? One way you could do this is you could split this right here, okay? You could split it right here and have a trapezoid and a trapezoid, and so you would just need to find that trapezoid formula. You would use it just once and you would have 2 of those, okay? That's one way you could do it. You could also do it this way, and so I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna split it into 3 shapes. So I'm gonna split it into triangle, rectangle, triangle. Okay, triangle, rectangle, triangle. Okay, so let's find the area of our parallelogram or our rectangle in the middle. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so our base is 3 and our height is 4, and it's a parallelogram, so base times height. Okay, so 12 units squared is going to be the area of the parallelogram in the middle. Okay, so let's find the area of the two little triangles on the sides. So our base is 1, 2, 3, 4, and our height is 1, 2. Okay, so 4 and 2 are our base and height. Okay, and we know that its area equals half base times height. So base times height 8, half that would be 4. Okay, so 4 for this triangle, 12 for this one, and then this triangle is the exact same as that one, so it's another 4. Okay, so what would we get for the area of our composite figure? Well, all we do is add the 4, the 12, and the 4 for a total of 20 units squared. Okay, 20 units squared would be the area of this composite figure. All right, let's do another composite figure. So again, hopefully you've got a coordinate plane made up. I'm going to fix mine real quickly. And same thing, we'll put some points on the coordinate plane, connect them, and we'll have a composite figure. Okay, let's see. Let's do this one. Okay, we have our first point is going to be -2, -2. Okay, -2, -2. Our next point is going to be -2, 2. Okay, -2, 2. Okay, so again, I'm going to go ahead and connect those. So -2, -2, and then -2, 2. Our next point is going to be 3, -2, 3, -2. So I'm coming down here. Okay, 3, -2. Okay, our next point is going to be 1, -5, 1, -5. Okay, and then we're going to have another point at -4, -5, -4, -5. Okay, so I'm going to connect that. And then I'm going to connect it back to my original point. Okay, and so we need to split this shape into shapes that we have formulas for. So it looks like the best thing to do would be to split it right here. And so we've got a parallelogram down here, and we have a triangle up here. Okay, parallelogram and triangle. So then we just need to count our base and height. Okay, so the base of our parallelogram is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and our height is 1, 2, 3. So 5 and 3 for our base and height, and we know its area equals base times height. So we're going to get 15 units squared for the bottom. Okay, then let's look at our triangle. We have our right triangle. So our base is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our height is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5 and 4. And we know that its area equals half base times height. So 5 times 4 is 20. So half of that would be 10. Okay, again, all we do is add the two together, and we have the area of our composite figure. So 15 plus 10, 25 units squared will be the area of our composite figure. Okay, let's look at another composite figure. Okay, another composite figure. Okay, again, just shapes made up of other shapes. So let me fix mine real quickly. Okay, so let's put some points on the graph. Okay, let's do this one. So we're going to do -3, 2, -3, 2. Okay, our next point will be 1, 2. So over 1 up 2, 1, 2. Okay, we're going to connect those. 1, 2. Okay, our next point is going to be 4, negative 4. So 4, negative 4. Okay, so we'll connect that. Right? Our next point is going to be 1, negative 5. So 1, negative 5. Okay, we'll connect that. And then our last point is going to be negative 3, negative 5. Negative 3, negative 5. So we'll connect here. And then we'll connect back to where we started. Okay, so again, we need to split this into shapes that we recognize, that we have formulas for. So it looks like right here would be the best place to do that. So that way we're splitting it into a rectangle, which is a type of parallelogram, and then we have a triangle over here. So we just need to count our 2 parts. Okay, so over here, so we're gonna count our base and our height. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 for our height and 4 for our base. And we know the area of parallelograms is base times height. So 7 times 4, 28. So 28 units squared for that part of our shape. Okay, here we've got the triangle. This is the kind that the base is going to be here. Okay, and the height's going to be inside it. Okay, so the base is going to be here and the height's going to be inside it. And again, we know that area of triangles is area equals half base times height. Okay, so let's see what we get. All right, so our base is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and our height is going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, so our base and height are 7 and 3. Okay, since they're odd, both odd numbers, the easiest thing to do would just be to go ahead and multiply them together, which would be 21. Okay, 21, and then take half of that. So now you need half of 21. So what would be half of 21? We know that it's going to be something and a half. Okay, something and a half. Okay, hopefully you got 10.5 or 10 and a half. Okay, 10.5 or 10 and a half. And again, since this is a composite figure, we just add the 2 parts together. So we have 28 plus 10.5 for a total of 38.5 units squared for the area of our composite figure. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do one more composite figure on the coordinate plane. Okay, let me fix my numbers. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, so let's do one more. Okay, so let's put a point at 4, 2. Okay, so over 4 up 2, 4, 2. Okay, let's put another point at negative 5, 2. Okay, negative 5, 2. Okay, let's put another point at negative 5, negative 2. Negative 5, negative 2. Okay, let's put another point at negative 6, negative 5. Let me go ahead and connect these. Okay, so negative 6, negative 5. Negative 6, negative 5. Okay, our next point is at 3, negative 5. So 3, negative 5. Okay, so I'm going to connect those. And then our last point is at 4, negative 2. 4, negative 2. Okay, so let's connect that there. connect that back to where we started. Okay, and again, we need to split this into shapes that we have formulas for. So the easiest thing to do would be to go right here. And we basically have two parallelograms. We have just your basic parallelogram here, and this should be like right there. And we have a rectangle up here. Okay, so both of these are going to be base times height, so it should be pretty easy. So all we need to do is count and find our base and our height for each one. Okay, the base and the height. Okay, so here we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and our height 1, 2, 3. So 9 times 3. Okay, 9 times 3, which would be 27 units squared. Okay, then we need to find the area of the top. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then our height is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 9 times 4 would be the area of the top part, okay, which we know would be 36. Okay, so now all we need to do is add the top part to the bottom part to find the area of our composite figure. So what would be the area of this composite figure? Okay, hopefully you got 63 units squared. 63 units squared. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is to know about composite figures. It's just a shape that's made up of shapes that you have formulas for, and you just split the shape apart and use the formulas that you know for each part. Okay, well, I will see you next time.